So early in the morning, on point about and we're talking about the S&P 500 for those of you on TikTok. You can check out the YouTube channel. We have the tarot spread posted, as well as every day in June's S&P 500 behavior by the hour already posted, predicted, and posted online on YouTube. So check that out, tarotfortraders.com. So guys, yeah, early in the day, on point with the opportunity to open up a long position in the midst of a decline, because we had that early decline. Boom, if we opened up a long position based on that, you made money today, banked on it for sure. Might probably got out a little early based on what my reading says, but even so, still some good money to be made there. Now the theme card for the day, guys, it's important. I need to point this out, because I feel like people are getting set up here. It's opportunity to position yourself on both sides of the market. And for those of you who don't know what that means, you probably aren't trading with options. You can actually play bearish and bullish on the same investment vehicle, using options. So like for SPY, the ETF for the S&P 500 that you can actually trade like shares of, you can buy puts and calls, and by doing that, you can make money either direction that it goes. The only thing is classically what you want to see is a big move in one direction, so that you make more money on one end than it costs you both ends, right? During volatility, though, you can actually make money on both sides, although the average trader would never try to do that, because they say you can't time the market. Well, my friends, we do it every day, so that's how we trade. We trade based on you can time the market. You know, what I'm getting at here is so we had the position open up a long position here early on, but it's a day where we can position ourselves on both sides. The correlation at the end of the day, the close card at the end of the day, as well as the the Prince of Swords cup near the end of the day, those both correlate to the Princess of Swords card, which basically speaks to me that this is the opportunity at the end of the day to open up the other end of that both sides of a trade. And by that I mean opening up puts. It would make sense because we haven't seen a sharp decline yet. Even though on the 1 month overview for June we have a sharp decline on the 2nd. So my sense is that we likely have that at the end of the day or overnight. Especially because we've got the unicursal yesterday. That's another thing to really point out, guys. The unicursal hexagram was yesterday's theme card, right? Opportunity in the midst of a decline to open up a long position was what it was crossed with. But I marked this yellow line up here, this 416-ish level, as a unicursal hexagram. We could say 416-ish to 414-ish is unicursal hexagram territory right now. And so for me, what that means is we continue to go up. The unicursal hexagram, generally, it'll appear when there's a significant decline about to take place. And what they do is they signify good levels. So like this unicursal hexagram up here, when we fall, see, we're right at it again. When we fall, we'll be below it. That at some point soon, when we have a sharp decline, we should see that happen. And so I'm banking on that by, if I was trading today, which I don't because it's retrograde still, guys. But if I did, I would be banking on that by opening up puts right now. And that would follow perfectly in line with everything on the 1-day chart that we've predicted so far today. I'm going to annotate that. All right. Yeah, and the reason why I say we likely have a notable drop at the end of the day, for one, we've got the debak card. We've got an important support level that's highlighted in the post-market. Bumping up against support correlated with, or bumping up against resistance is correlated to this card here as well. Volatility. Yeah, I mean, so we've got selling from near overbought territory on RSI, right? So we're relative to the rest of the chart, we're near overbought territory, right? And tomorrow we should have it, but it looks like it's canceled out. However, we're going to see this failure card on the overview at some point very soon. Oh, wrong one. Right here, the second, right? So we haven't seen it yet. I don't see it in the chart. So either it's just off because it's the end of retrograde, but unlikely. I think likely we have a drop very end of the day or overnight. Do me a favor, guys, if you like this stuff on TikTok, we're trying to grow that. Hit that like button so we can get more followers. What I'm planning on doing is some live TikTok readings where you can actually put in like a stock that you want me to inquire about, and I'll do like one card readings. But we need to get the followers first to do that. I appreciate the like, guys. Thank you. We're just a small crew on TikTok thus far, but every single like will help. See, like tomorrow looks like a bullish day as well. However, early in the morning, we've got that strength card, and the strength card speaks of a move higher out of a decline, right? So this is going to be a big move higher. It's also going to be a trough for the day early in the morning. If you're just joining us on TikTok, guys, you should check out the YouTube channel, the live YouTube channel. Right now, we're going over the reading for today and tomorrow. You can also go to Facebook, tarotfortraders.com, but it's FOR, Tarot for Traders, and you can follow along there. So we have a trade opportunity first thing in the morning. It looks like a big move out of a trough where there's a decline. We have the death card in the first half hour, and the Fool card crossed with it. Yeah, I think we likely have a notable drop overnight, guys. That's what I'm sensing here. There's a lot of bearish cards that I'm picking up on, all kind of correlating to today. It's interesting to see. So we did have this big move back as expected towards the end of May and into June. Looks like the move will continue for a little bit, but we're going to have a drop on the 10th. It looks like a big drop on the S&P on the 10th. Somewhere between like the 9th and the 15th. 9th and the 16th, let's say, but there's going to be two troughs in there. There'll be a notable drop, so be careful. This is like a relief rally that we're seeing on the S&P. I'm not just pulling this out of my butthole, my friends on TikTok. I've been in the finance industry my first day trade was in the year 2000 with E-Trade. I've been a E-Trade customer, trading with Power E-Trade since they were the only broker online. In 2007, I was a Wall Street broker. Left that industry because I just felt that they wanted to change me into something not worth becoming. But I maintain all of the experiences that I had there, great record. I was putting people into Apple when it was $90 before the iPhone had ever even existed. I was putting people in there like the month before the iPhone came out. Tesla at $20, although that was much more recent. Point being is that I've been doing this for a long time. You won't find anywhere else that there's somebody who has over 1,000 one-day posts of the S&P 500 predicting it with tarot cards by the hour, nor will you find anybody who has actual record of being in the top 2% of the world in the CNBC Portfolio Challenge using only tarot cards. So I know what I'm talking about. You can take a look at me and be like, oh, he's not a psychic, oh, he's wearing sunglasses, you can't be a finance person. My friend, what do we look like? What do we look like? Seriously, there's so many people that think that like they can just disprove somebody by asking them some silly question. What are the initials I'm thinking of? Okay, so you're a good lawyer, so can you disprove this case for me? You're a good doctor, can you heal cancer immediately? It's so ridiculous. So just stop that stuff. If you want to see what we were capable of, all you got to do is go look at our predictions. We have all of the S&P 500 already predicted for June by the hour. There's one post for each day in June. All right, so you check it out or don't check it out. I don't really care. If you believe me or not, it still works. Yeah, guys, so again, If you're just joining, what I would likely be doing, well, I'm not trading today because it's the last day of Mercury retrograde. I don't trade during Mercury retrograde. I lose my shirt on Mercury retrogrades. It just affects me so horribly. So what I would see happening is, again, guys, we have the opportunity today, position on both sides, so puts and calls, like a straddle or strangle strategy utilizing options on the SPY. Now would be around a good time to be opening up the short leg of that straddle, right? And by that I mean opening up puts, because we're at the upper end of the range, right? If we've been following along on these readings, we would have opened up long position, bought calls early in the morning. Those have definitely appreciated. I mean, that was a big move, guys. Those have definitely appreciated, and now I'm not advising it like that. It doesn't show to take out that position. What it does say is to position on both sides of the market, positioning oneself for volatility that's to come. And I guess that's it, guys. That's it for today. Let me know what you think. Let me know by hitting that like button if you like this sort of stuff. We really want to grow the TikTok group. So do me a favor and follow if you like this sort of stuff. We do a lot of this stuff on Facebook and YouTube. YouTube is our main headquarters. I think you can see all of our predictions up to date. We don't take any predictions down. If they're crappy, they stay. Rarely are they, but I mean, there's a few in there. The majority of them are very reliable. And that's based on the fact that I have much experience in this industry, mixed with the fact that I started studying extrasensory perception and metaphysics and all that stuff in the early 2000s as well, and combining the two. So again, guys, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends. There's people making a lot of money from this information, and it's all free. So share it with people you think would benefit from it. And I appreciate you watching. We'll be on again around 3 to 4 o'clock every weekday when we're trading. We go live around 3 to 4 o'clock, usually more closer to 3. But you can check, again, all of our predictions on YouTube on the Tarot FOR Traders, Tarot for Traders with an FOR on YouTube. You can also order custom stuff if you really want to check it out. There's people who order custom stuff on our website, tarotfortraders.com. And there's all sorts of stuff, guys. We do cryptos and everything. Thanks for watching, guys. Blessings to you. And remember, when you make that money, pay it forward, my friends. I'll see you on the next one.